Council as spokesperson. And just to say to Mr. Henderson that we all agreed that the current job total is around 300, although other figures were mentioned because Mr. Gardner and Ms. Cleves were talking about their own businesses, but we believe about 300. We've got some questions. Would it be better for me to pose those and wait and answer, or just pose all the questions? As in, this
isn't a discussion
forum
between you and the developer, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I think if you have questions for Mr. Henderson, is it possible for them to speak to you outside the hearings, Mr. Henderson?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that at all.
Okay.
So, you know,
okay.
If it's a point that relates to the principle of the allocation,
yes,
then I'll hear it.
Yes.
But it's not a question and answer session.
No. Okay. I just wanted to clarify. That's okay.
That's fine.
Okay. North Somerset Council have said they'll support helping in relocation, but the key point for the existing businesses is that is not going to help them at all. They provide a number of jobs. They provide apprenticeships too for young people, and so it's very important that an existing successful area of employment continues to where it is and is not displaced, because if it's displaced, then we will lose it. We also would like to comment on a number of inaccuracies given by GL Hearne over a period of time. For example,
does this relate to the principle of the allocation?
I think this bit does. Sorry if I'm putting it in not quite the right way. It's to do with how the businesses have been identified in the plan and how they are in fact. There is a different perspective on the fact of how they're described.
I've heard a lot about your businesses.
Right.
I've read
Okay.
all the submissions that have been made.
Yes.
So I do understand your case on that.
Okay. In that case, I will need to have a conversation with Mr. Henderson, I think, to ask the questions. And I would just like to say, if I may, that it's come as an enormous shock to all of us that there's any possibility of a redevelopment that could go 5, 6 or 7 stories high.
Well, that would be a matter for future planning.
That's a future planning application. Okay, that's probably